This behind me is a hurricane tube from TFH. It came in as an alternative to a bubble column or a bubble tube, and we still make bubble tubes. A hurricane tube and a bubble tube differ largely because of the weight of the unit. A hurricane tube is a very light weight unit that works really well on a mobile cart as well as in an installation. Not perhaps as bright as a bubble tube. Doesn't illuminate the room quite as much as a bubble tube. The hurricane tube is a wonderfully interactive bit of kit, just like the bubble column actually. Perhaps opens its way up to games even more than the bubble tube. It's running now at full blast, and we're going to change the speed of the fan and see what sort of effect that has. I mean, there's a change to the sound right away. The beads are rising slower in fewer numbers, and if you get the sort of the speed right, you'll see. In fact, it's starting already. It sort of goes in pulses actually, and this will change the whole mood of a sensory room. So if you've got people in the room who are falling asleep, shall we say, or at least becoming slightly inactive, you might turn the speed up. And if you've got people who are perhaps over energetic, you might turn the speed down, and you'll find that does have an effect. And this is the sort of thing I think that you'll find people really engaging with, getting right up into it. The colour that spreads out through the room is happening in fine detail on each of these beads, and it is in fact subtly changing all the time. That the hurricane tube doesn't just sort of go from red to blue to green. It actually is changing all the time. It doesn't get old. This kind of movement. It's like looking at a candle. You can look at, or an open fire. It's chaotic enough to keep one's interest, and then the sort of the color changes come as an additional bonus.